Hello and welcome to your weather update. It's 9:30 on July 20th, and it was a beautiful day today. Did have some cirrus that kind of messed things up. At least if you could see in the beginning part of the satellite, you could see a little bit of it there. Before we got to the afternoon, it kind of moved on out, but we did have some cirrus and some contrails around, which kind of ruined things. Other than that, there were some pop-up clouds over New Jersey and western parts of Long Island, stratocumulus. But other than that, it was a very nice, comfortable day outside, and except here, of course, in hell where I live. But I did escape hell today. I did get to the Pine Barrens for a little bit. And you'll see a short little video there that I took. The usual place, Edgewood. Not much you can do on a Sunday, really, but yeah, it was very beautiful. You can see here, so nice blue sky there. You can see a few maybe, stratocumulus clouds, but other than that, yeah, if you look in the corner of the picture, you can sort of see here there's a contrail right there. So, yeah, some ugly contrails. I wasn't expecting that today. But other than that, it's a nice, pleasant night out there and very comfortable. The temperatures were only in the 70s. I mean, it felt like mostly upper 70s today. Dew point's nice and low. We'll look at our current conditions right now as we wait for them to load here. And yeah, I got home, man, and if I sound a little like I'm not feeling well, it's because I have a very bad headache, and it's because walked in my apartment. It smelled like marijuana. It smelled horrible. Somebody's smoking marijuana outside, and in the building next to me or whatever, and it's getting into the alley, and that alley just smells so horrible. You can't even open the windows. It's between the marijuana smell and somehow it gets into the air conditioning, and then it smells almost like somebody burning incense in the alley now. I live in absolute hell, I'll tell you that right now. So 70 degrees right now at Islip. Of course, in the alley, we're still at like 77.
Oh, I hate this place!
Yeah, I absolutely hate this place. It's just, I'm trying to make it through this weather update, but look at that. West Hampton is down to 61 already. Wow, that's really nice. 64 at Shirley, and even in Carr Place down to 71. But LaGuardia 75, and so Central Park. So got the urban heat island hell that I live in. It's also dropped to the 60s in Toms River as well. So it's even cooler in Toms River than it is in my alley from hell. So let's take a look at what the highs were today, and you'll see highs. Yeah, only upper 70s. Had some low 80s in Nassau County in the city, so generally upper 70s and below normal today. Low 80s and
looking at your climate
New
statistics
Jersey
today
here at
well.
Islip, we were below normal, 78 degrees. That was 3 degrees below normal at Islip. Central Park, 79 for a high. That's 6 degrees below normal on the high,
So,
5 degrees below normal.
pretty nice in those
for the
nice
day.
low
So
dew
a very
points, too.
nice break.
We'll take a look
from
at what the
day
day
was
was
like
like
at
at
Islip. So right now it's dropped to 70, and I'm sure there's going to be some really nice radiational cooling, and most of you will be able to open your windows and put the air conditioner on, but no, not me. Yeah, temperatures generally in the mid-70s, and you can see that there were some high clouds being reported at certain times of the day here, mainly in the morning. But then it got better as we got toward the afternoon. Just very comfortable, breezy conditions. Dew points in the 50s. A very nice day, all around. Very nice day. And out of Montauk, probably even cooler. Montauk. I want to check Montauk because there was a pretty big. Let's see what their wind gusts were with that storm that came through. No, nothing really crazy, I guess. Nothing really crazy because I was watching the cameras of one of that storm. It looks like they got .55 from that storm. So, yeah, let's talk about yesterday's storms. I think these are the same storm reports I read for you yesterday, but they have been updated. And would you believe that South Shore 12, of course, didn't cover any of the storm damage at all? Not at all. So damage in Connecticut, damage in Danbury. I mean, I kind of read these yesterday, but we'll go over them again a little bit here. Marine thunderstorm wind gust of 56 knots, 65 mile an hour wind gust in Glen Cove. Like I said, I think I read these yesterday. I got this really bad headache because you know how bad that marijuana smells. It's horrible, man. Somebody's smoking it out there. It's getting in through the air conditioner or something. Ugh, I got to get out of this place. I'm ready to see a lawyer and just, I'll talk about it in another video. I got to get this weather update up. So it looks like thunderstorm wind damage to Talkie. We already read that already. So most of these we already read. Most of read these. I guess maybe there's some new ones, but you know what? I'm not up to reading them again tonight. So beautiful day, and I was feeling fine until I got here. I was feeling great until I got back to this crap hole. This hell crap hole that this place is. But you can see mostly clear skies tonight. And looking at the weather map, you see we got high pressure in control. We're going to have a little bit of a secondary cold front come through tomorrow afternoon. Looking at the Storm Prediction Center, you can see severe weather in the upper Midwest. Other than that, not really too much going on. And you can see there is a complex of showers here. It's sort of associated with a little disturbance and a secondary cold front. But again, most of that severe weather is in the upper Midwest, which I'm not even going to talk about. Shower and thunderstorm. Gulf Coast, our area. So let's go to the... I didn't load tropical tidbits, did I? I forgot that. I always forget something. Just never... When you walk into your hot apartment building and it smells like marijuana in your apartment, you'd feel sick too. All right? So... this headache will go away. I don't know who's doing it. I live with dirt, basically. All right, let's put it that way. They're not human beings. All right. I'm sorry for ranting. Let me get this weather out. You know, I'm going to talk about it in another video tonight. But let's first, and I have a short video for the Pine Barrens. So let's just get through this weather update. All right. 250 MB wind. So we'll first start with the jet stream pattern here. And you see that little trough that came through and brought us the nice weather. And it's going to be with us much of this week. So below normal temperatures this week. It looks like it continues. And yeah, it looks like toward the end of the period we may see the dreaded ridge return as we get toward the middle of the month. But other than that, I mean, looking nice. Go to the... height anomaly here. You see that trough in the east there, keeping us cool. And yeah, I don't really see. It's not until we get to the end of the period where we start to see some ridging. So we'll probably have some heat as we get toward later on this month, but enjoy this nice break from it that we're dealing with right now. And if we go to our temperature anomaly chart here, you'll see the blue here in the northeast. And you see, meanwhile, well above normal conditions continue in northern Canada, and that's not good for where all those wildfires are going. And then as you get toward the end of the period, you start seeing the heat there build in the east a little bit. All right? So let's go to the surface map now and look at the surface map. So it's going to be a mainly dry week. There's a slight chance of a isolated shower thunderstorm with that cold front. Otherwise, we're dry. High pressure builds over us. We might have some more chances as we get toward the end of the week as we get into that return flow. And then we were supposed to get a cold front through, but now it looks like it wants to form a low along this cold front and possibly ruin our Saturday with a soaking rain. And I'm just curious if the 12Z even shows this. Nope. Doesn't even show it. So this may just be an errant low that's forming along. And by the way, it will get through eventually, and we'll have nicer weather on Sunday. And then going into next, you see that there will be, as we get back into the moisture pattern and the heat, there'll be some more chances for rain again. It's very interesting that there's a little bit of a difference there. I'm just going to go to the European model, see if the European has that same system on there. No, it doesn't. So hopefully it doesn't form, and hopefully we get the front through without too much drama, but we'll have to see. So as you see there, pleasant week up ahead. Let's go to the HRRR. And yeah, I only have 32 of that in, but it should be enough to get us through tomorrow. So I'll just show you that threat that we have. So you see there's that secondary cold front later in the afternoon, really late, almost into the evening hours. All right. Looking at your dew points and wind flow, we continue with a Northwest to north wind tomorrow, becoming light and westerly by the afternoon. And then maybe there might be a sea breeze in the very late afternoon, like after 5, 6 o'clock. You see it developing and bringing up the moisture and dropping the temperatures on the South Shore. For tomorrow, tonight, we're going to have lows. Probably a lot of people are going to see lows around 60 and 50s. But where I'm at here in hell, we probably won't go below 70. And then temperatures maybe a little bit warmer tomorrow, probably around 80. Still pretty pleasant, I think. Still pretty pleasant. And you know what? I should not have closed the Storm Prediction Center because I have to look at that for tomorrow. Yeah, I know. Like I said, you put yourself in my shoes, you'd be messed up too. Yeah, there's nothing more. I didn't think there would be, but I figured let me check. So let's go to the GFS and go look at the dew points on this. Dew point and wind flow here for tomorrow, and you see northwest wind, and then it kind of backs a little bit ahead of that cold front. And then we have a reinforcing shot of colder air, and then Tuesday is going to be much colder. Dew points could drop in the 40s with north winds. And then we have it like a northeasterly flow becoming easterly on Wednesday, still keeping us cool. And then as you get to a Thursday, that's when you get in that return flow, and that's going to bring in the warmth, southerly flow there. Dew points are going to start rising, especially in Jersey. And then as you get to it Friday, we've got that southwesterly flow, which is going to bring in the warm and humid air. And then it sticks it around for Saturday. This is the difference, because if we looked at the other run, you could see it brought the front through. So there's a big difference here. I think this 18Z run is a little off. I'm just going to use the 12Z. And it brings the front through, and then improving conditions for the weekend. I'm not even going to use the 18Z run at this point. I think it's off as far as that goes. So temperatures, again, tomorrow maybe a little bit warmer, though it won't drop. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Monday here. And there goes that fire siren. It's the thunderbolt. There's something else that's burning in this town. As Kenny Rogers would say, something's burning. This town is a dumpster fire. So here we go. So it won't drop as much tomorrow night because of that front coming through. But then for Tuesday, you'll see highs generally in the upper 70s to around 80. So maybe a tad cooler. Still doesn't want to drop it that much. I think it will drop more at night. And then for Wednesday, still staying cool, upper 70s, low 80s. And then for Thursday, wow. Why does it have it so cool for Thursday? Only 60s? Oh, it must have a rain system over us. Yeah, it has a rain system over us. Looks like, it looks like it forms the low on Thursday instead. That's interesting. So if we look at the 18Z, it doesn't have it. And it probably has it warmer as a result. It doesn't have it that hot. All right, whatever the case is, all right, so we don't have to deal with the heat on Thursday. We might have to deal with rain. Friday, it doesn't really get all that hot. Only 80s. Here's the 12Z here. Yeah, so it doesn't really heat up. It's just the humidity that's going to come up. Not so much the heat. So there'll be, I guess, cloud cover and shower chances. And then Saturday, we're stuck in that crap, if that model is correct. Otherwise, we'll have highs in the low 80s. This would be, again, if we go here, roll this back to the 12Z, Saturday would be in the low 80s as well, if that front gets through. But, the models, there's been a bit of a difference here on the models. So let's go to the GFS now, look at the skies for tomorrow here. And it's the 18Z run. Obviously, it shows some clouds maybe to start, and then mostly sunny later on. For Tuesday, we're mostly sunny, though we'll have to talk about the smoke. And then for Wednesday, still mostly sunny, maybe some cirrus clouds. And then Thursday, we'd have more of these clouds around. Friday and Saturday, obviously, are crap. And then Sunday would be better. This would be the 18Z now. I'm curious to see what the 12Z does here with Thursday. So Thursday still looks like it has a lot of clouds around. Friday, a lot of clouds, but we clear it out on Saturday. So that's the difference. Hopefully the 12Z will be right. We don't want to have 3 days of gloom and crap. That's the last thing we need. So let's go to the RGM next. It's the 18ZR Gem for tomorrow. Soul Star for tomorrow. It looks like maybe a few. I mean, not many clouds around. There might be. I think the cloud buildup would be more toward the afternoon again, and with that front possibly coming through, could cause some instant. Oh my God, I'm looking at the wrong. I'm sorry. I was looking at Tuesday. I got my head is just. You, literally, this place is killing me. All right. I mean, it's just. Anyway, let's go to tomorrow. All right, so we start off with some clouds. And then it looks like maybe some cumulus would develop, but other than that, it's not really showing a whole lot of cloud cover for tomorrow. Tuesday would more likely have less cloud cover behind that front. You can clearly see those. We'll have to look at the NAM as well. And then for Wednesday, maybe some more in the way of high clouds. But all in all, you'll have nice weather. Let's look at the NAM next. So this is the NAM for tomorrow. NAM's not showing too much in the way of clouds, maybe over Jersey. For Tuesday, and then for Tuesday, much clearer everywhere, pretty much. But, of course, we'd have to watch for the smoke. So let me go to the NAM and look at the precipitation, because, again, there is that threat, isolated threat. And you can see there isn't actually a complex that's going to go over Maryland, but that doesn't affect us. But it's tomorrow that we'd have to watch for very widely scattered. I don't think it'll be severe at all. Other than that, Tuesday is quiet. So let's talk about the smoke lastly. And you can see this big cloud of smoke that is, let's get this loaded here, over Manitoba. It's coming from the Northwest Territories. We have a lot of wildfires. So we may have some wildfires in Alaska, too. That's going to start making its way down into the lower 48, into the Great Lakes, and that's what we're going to have to watch. We won't be dealing with it tomorrow, but we might have to deal with it on Tuesday, and most definitely it could be possibly Wednesday that we'd have to deal with this smoke. At least we have the MODIS satellite back, and that's important. So let's go to the smoke model here, the vertically integrated smoke model for the RAP, and you'll watch this here come in, see what happens. All right, so we're looking at tomorrow. We're still good tomorrow, but as we get toward Tuesday, it looks like it's pushing it off to the south. So, yeah, we may not deal with it. It might get pushed off to the south because of that secondary cold front. So, yeah, we may not be dealing with the smoke at all. Hopefully, we won't. It'll get pushed off to the south. Looks like it's more of maybe the problem for New Jersey than Long Island at this point. I'll do the near-surface smoke, and I think the near-surface pretty much stays away. It's going to mainly be in... Let's see if it affects... It looks like it will affect Minnesota and Wisconsin, perhaps in the upper Great Lakes, but I don't really see it getting here at all. So that's some good news. So at least we won't have to deal with any wildfire smoke right now, but there is the potential that we will have to deal with it at some point this week, so... We'll have to watch that. Let's lastly go to the Climate Prediction Center, which, let me guess, I closed the Climate Prediction Center down. I know I had it up, but I closed it up. Of course. So, 6 to 10 day outlook has us below normal, above normal in the south, all the way to the west coast, very much above normal in Texas. That's not good. Precipitation slightly above normal in the 6 to 10 day, 8 to 14 day. Still saying near normal to below normal and slightly above normal precipitation. So, luckily, no heat for us, but the south will continue to deal with it. And it's going to continue to be a problem for them, but luckily for us, we're not going to deal with it, thank God. So, that's going to wrap up this weather update. Sorry for the crankiness. Sorry for me being a little off, but, when I came into this place I got home about 45 minutes ago, and it just hit me. It just stunk in here so bad. Thank God it's a little better. It's finally, I got the air purifier going and the air conditioner going on high, trying to get rid of it. But somebody was smoking it outside, and it got in here. Like I said, I live with dirt. Right? That's basically what I live with. People who don't give a damn about anyone else. All these people belong in jail, as far as I'm concerned. But no, they're letting them out of jail, and then, that I gotta save it for the other video. Have a good night, and thank you for watching.